everyone, it's Miss Champagne. Okay, so guys, it is about 5 o'clock and I'm just waiting on my boss to come and open up the school. The school is just right behind you guys. So anyways, I wanted to make a video about this, and I'm outside and I thought I'd show you a little bit of Tokyo while we're here. I'm actually in Shibuya and hopefully you guys can see me clearly. Anyways, and it's hot out. So if I stop to drink some water, you know, it is what it is. But I just wanted to make a quick video about getting a job as an English teacher, but getting that as a non-native English teacher. Now, I believe Tuesday, I had 2 or 3 calls. I can't remember. But anyways, one of the calls that I had was from a guy that I met on LinkedIn, and he inboxed me. He was like, "Oh, can I get a job as an English teacher? You know, I'm like a non-native English speaker, but is that going to affect me?" And I was like, "Well, see, this is the thing. I think, and like also in his defense, like when I was in London getting my job to come here, like what I heard from the schools that were like recruiting, all of them said like you cannot get a English teaching job in Japan if you're a non-native English speaker." And like I never believed that, because I was just like, that's a very blanket statement, and I don't, you know, believe in blanket statements. It's like, unless you say like, oh, all human beings need oh, thank God the sun's going out. Now I can stop squinting. Okay, it's like saying, if you say like all human beings need water and air, okay, then that you can believe because it's a fact. But I never believed that you could not teach English in Japan just because you're a non-native English speaker. So anyways, so I explained to him, there's somebody down there, he's probably like, what is she doing? I explained to him, like, yeah, of course you can get a job as a non-native English teacher. Like you guys know that I'm self-employed, but like last week on Thursday I was called in to substitute for someone else, and like you know, there was an Indian lady there, there was a guy from the Philippines, but he looks more Japanese, you know. So, and they're not native English speakers, they're fluent English speakers, but they can teach, you know, they can teach because they can teach. So I was telling the guy from Jordan, this was an older man from Jordan, and he was like, oh, you know, I'm just kind of nervous because, you know, I'm older, and I think he has like his master's degree or something. Oh, I heard some guns. And I'm like, dude, I said, listen, that is great that you're older, that you have your master's degree. I said, because you can apply for university positions, someone of your stature and someone who has your education level, and you have all these years of experience. I think he's like 50. I said, yeah, you can definitely up your game and just apply directly to university. Don't even go like the what I would call, I have 2 courses about this. One is like being a dispatch teacher, and the other one is like being a classroom teacher. I said, just, you know, be a university professor, you know, you can do that right now. So he was like, you know, and also he was like, so they would hire me? I said, if you meet the qualifications, yes, they will hire you. In fact, most of the job positions that I've applied for on Gaijin Pot, which is like the best way to apply, I don't think any of them said like must be a native English speaker. I think they've said like native English speaking preferred, but if you're like not a non-native English speaker, like you have to have like a high TOEIC score or be from a country where English is also spoken, like India or like the Philippines. So yeah, so I was like, you know, don't be nervous about that. Thank God the sun's going good. So I said, don't be nervous about that. You can do it if you can prove that you can do the job. And obviously you can. You're like 50, you have your master's degree, you have all this experience, just go straight for university. So what I want to express to you guys who are non-native English speakers is that please apply, because to be honest, I feel like it's pretty much half and half when it comes to English teachers. I could be wrong, I have not done a study on this, but like when I say, like, when I go to different jobs, when I'm not doing my private English teacher, like there's always teachers there who are non-native English speakers, so you can definitely apply. Now the thing that you need to be aware of is that when you're applying as a non-native English teacher, you have to big up the fact that you're not that, but you can still, you know what I'm saying, do the job. Like for me, when I apply for jobs, they're like, oh, well, why should we hire you? You know, I'm doing my PhD and all that other stuff. But before I even had the PhD, I had my master's, and I would say like, well, I think it's very good for Japanese people to have a black teacher. And the reason is like, because a lot of Japanese people think that only, you know, white teachers speak English, but I want to, you know, show them that it's not just whites who speak English, it's not just whites who are native English speakers. You know, we have blacks who are native English speakers, we have even other Asians who are native English speakers. So that's the way I would frame that. And I would say, like, you know, and also being a black woman, I feel that, you know, I'm very, very, well, it's like the students receive me very well because they feel very comfortable with me. And like even Japanese students have said to me, like, I'm not saying they didn't like having a white teacher, but they felt like their white teacher was very, very arrogant, and the white teacher said, like, oh, this is the only way to speak English, and, you know, things like that. So my point is, if you're a non-native English speaker, you need to big up why that is not a disadvantage to you. You can show Japanese people that even non-native English speakers, teachers can teach. So anyway, so guys, that's all for today. I just wanted to do a quick video, and I'll see you guys later. If you have any questions or comments, just hit me in the links below, or the descriptions below, and I'll go ahead and get back to you. Okay, bye.